I recently read Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking by Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm is one of the most influential storytellers of our time, known for best-selling books like Outliers and The Tipping Point. His writing combines gripping narratives with cutting-edge research, helping us understand the hidden mechanisms that drive human behavior. In Blink, Gladwell asks a fascinating question. Can our split-second decisions be as good or even better than carefully thought-out ones? The book explores the extraordinary power of rapid cognition, our brain's ability to make snap judgments, while also warning us about its potential flaws. The central message? Trust your intuition, but do so with caution. Throughout the book, Gladwell weaves together research, real-life stories, and compelling examples to help us better understand when to rely on our gut instincts and when to dig deeper. Let's break it down. One of the key ideas in Blink is that our unconscious mind plays a critical role in decision-making. Gladwell calls this the adaptive unconscious. Imagine it as your mental autopilot, working behind the scenes to process vast amounts of information and make decisions quickly, often without you even realizing it. Here's a simple example. Have you ever met someone and instantly felt like you could trust them or not? That's your adaptive unconscious in action, using subtle cues like tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language to make a split-second judgment. Gladwell argues that this ability evolved for survival. In high-stakes situations like escaping a predator or avoiding danger, we didn't have the luxury of deliberating every decision. While this instinct can serve us well today, it's not perfect. Our snap judgments are shaped by experience, biases, and context, which can sometimes lead us astray. A fascinating concept Gladwell introduces is thin slicing, or the ability to find patterns in situations and behavior based on very narrow slices of experience. This is one of the adaptive unconscious's most remarkable powers. Let's take a deeper look at the examples Gladwell shares. Psychologist John Gottman conducted research on couples analyzing just a few minutes of their interactions. His team was able to predict with over 90% accuracy whether a marriage would succeed or fail. How? By focusing on micro-expressions, tone of voice, and patterns of communication that most of us would overlook. Another study found that people could accurately assess a teacher's effectiveness by watching a brief, silent clip of their classroom behavior. Without hearing a word, viewers picked up on subtle cues like body language and energy levels that reflected the teacher's overall performance. Thin splicing shows us that, with the right focus, we can extract incredible insights from very little information. However, it also requires experience and context to be accurate. For instance, a seasoned doctor might recognize symptoms of a rare disease within seconds, while a novice might miss them entirely. Another eye-opening idea in Blink is the concept of priming, how subtle environmental cues can unconsciously shape our thoughts and actions. Gladwell shares a fascinating experiment to illustrate this. Participants were asked to complete a word puzzle with terms related to aging, like old and slow. When the participants walked out of the room, their walking speed had decreased without them realizing it. Just being exposed to words about aging altered their behavior. Here's another example. When people were shown pictures of money before negotiating a deal, they became more competitive and less cooperative, again, without being aware of it. The takeaway? Our environment is constantly influencing us in ways we don't consciously perceive. By understanding priming, we can design our surroundings to encourage positive behaviors like productivity, kindness, or focus. While thin splicing and priming show the strengths of rapid cognition, Gladwell also explores its weaknesses. One of these is what he calls the Warren Harding error. Warren Harding was a U.S. president who whose striking good looks and commanding presence led people to overestimate his abilities. Despite his incompetence, he rose to power because he looked presidential. This error highlights how superficial cues, like appearance or charisma, can override deeper analysis. It's why we might trust someone who seems confident, even if they lack the expertise to back it up, or why tall candidates often perform better in elections. To avoid falling for the Warren Harding error, we need to question our snap judgments and consider whether they're based on meaningful information or just surface-level impressions. Another crucial lesson in Blink is that our snap judgments don't exist in a vacuum. They are heavily influenced by the context in which they occur. For example, Gladwell describes a study where doctors were more likely to be sued for malpractice if they had poor bedside manners, even if their actual skills were excellent. The context of how patients felt about the doctor shaped their judgment, often more than the quality of care itself. This shows that understanding the context surrounding a decision can help us better interpret our instincts and avoid errors. Another key insight from Blink is that overthinking can sometimes hinder good decision-making. Gladwell explains that when we try to consciously analyze our snap judgments, we can get bogged down by irrelevant details and lose sight of the bigger picture. For example, in taste tests, people often prefer one brand of jam over another. But when asked to explain their choice, they start second-guessing themselves and pick the wrong one. This doesn't mean we should abandon analysis altogether. Instead, we need to recognize when our intuition has already done the heavy lifting and let it guide us. Gladwell emphasizes that intuition is not magical. It's a skill that can be developed through experience and expertise. Experts in any field have spent years training their adaptive unconscious to recognize patterns and make quick, accurate judgments. For example, a skilled chess player can predict their opponent's moves several steps ahead, even under time pressure. Experienced firefighters often sense danger in a burning building before they see visible signs, thanks to years of training and exposure. The lesson here is that the quality of our snap judgments depends on the quality of our experiences. To improve your intuition, focus on deliberate practice and immersing yourself in your area of interest. Even in seemingly spontaneous situations, like improv comedy, structure plays a crucial role. Gladwell explains that improvisers follow strict rules, like always agreeing with their partner, that create the conditions for creativity to thrive. This principle applies to many areas of life. By establishing clear frameworks, you give yourself the freedom to make quick, confident decisions within safe boundaries. Trust your instincts, but verify them. Use your snap judgments as a starting point and question whether they're influenced by biases or superficial factors. Build expertise through experience and repetition to strengthen your ability to thin splice accurately. Be mindful of how priming influences your thoughts and design your surroundings to promote positive behaviors. Know when to trust your gut and when to step back and analyze more deeply. Use frameworks and rules to guide your instincts, whether in creative projects or decision-making. These were the core messages that I gathered from Malcolm's book, Blink. He has much more material to help you understand the science of rapid cognition and decision-making. I highly recommend it. If you would like a free PDF ebook summary of the insights I gathered from Malcolm's book, just click the link below and I'd be happy to email it to you. If you already subscribe to the free Weekend Book Club newsletter, this PDF is already in your inbox.